Right, so a bit of an update on the pod racer. It's windy out here. I have been adding some more polyester filler to this. I've been piling it up and painting it on, trying to fill in some of these voids and holes and things. So hopefully it'll give me plenty to sand back. That's just drying at the moment out here. Next thing to do is I've just sprayed this and given it a cloth buff with PVA. So that has got a chem lease on it and now PVA release coat. PVA down there. So I sprayed that on and then found it wasn't actually that great. It was fish eyeing, even though I did it really thin. Followed some guides online about just misting it on. It seemed like my release agents were still really good. I probably didn't need to use it. What I've done then is I have wet this rag and then kind of lightly buffed it to kind of polish it out, and thinking that would just wipe it all off, but it seems to have actually left a nice film of PVA all over this mould. So the next thing we're going to do is mix up some of this red tooling gel coat, which is a vinyl ester. I haven't used this before, so this will be a new thing for me to try.
So I've got the respirator on because
nice beautiful red, so I'm just about to catalyse this. I'm planning to spray it on at this stage. I've got a 2mm nozzle on here, so it's nice and chunky, so that will be able to put it on unthinned, because I don't really want to thin it, because I don't want it fish eyeing and causing issues there. So that'll be a slow process. I'll do a mist coat to start with, followed by a build up coat once that's kind of tacked off a little bit. Right, so pardon the noise with the extraction in the background, but I am currently setting up the outer wing panels ready for bagging up. These will become plugs, and the moulds will be pulled off these. I was originally just going to do bag foam outer wing panels, but it's going to be much more beneficial to me to have a full set of moulds for the outer panels, because the 3D printed wingtips are going to be heavy, and I'll be able to set up control surfaces and servo bays, etc. much better. So I'm just giving this a sand after giving a bit of a fill with some areas from the wire cutting, and then I'm going to bag it up later on. Cutting my mylars out on the laser cutter because it's much quicker and easier. This is what I'll use for bagging up the wings. How to cut mylars nice and quick, nice and fast. Done. One mylar. Pond racer build continues here. I'm currently going around and adding clay around all the bits where there are gaps between the parting board and the plug. So that basically consists of just smearing it in and then scraping it out to create no gaps and a nice sealed edge. You can kind of see. As you can kind of see along here. So here we have the first side we're laying up out of the 3 sides, which will be the opposite of this one here. So there'll be a side coming off this side, one coming off here, another one coming off there. So there'll be a 3-sided mould. Got a box of pre-cut bits of fabric ready to go, and I'm currently using my vinyl ester from Pt3 Technologies. We're using Norox CHM50, which is a different sort of catalyst than your standard MEKP, which most people tend to use. Now the reason we use Norox rather than MEKP is that we get a lower peak exotherm, we get a slightly longer gel time for the same percentage, as well as having a better 24-hour cure than you would out of MEKP, which means that we can move forwards and keep progressing this a bit faster. At the same time, the hardness value I think is slightly higher, I'm not sure, but I'll have to check on that one.